To the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Let us start with the headlines. Today's headlines, the front page of the Hindu. Here we have a few snippets. We'll check the first one. Mpox detected in UAE. A returnee. There's one important word here. A returnee. A returnee means a person who has returned from UAE in this context. In Kerala. But we have UAE. Though you don't see the definite article there, exam point of view, I tell students, before a proper noun, we should not use any article. That is a rule. But English has rules, English has exceptions. Before the names of some countries, which are proper nouns, we should use a definite article there. And what are the examples? The US, the UK, the UAE, the Netherlands, the Philippines, and the Irish Republic. The last three are very important from the exam point of view. The Netherlands, the Irish Republic, the Philippines. And here they should have used the UAE. Next one, doctors hold talks with officials again. I did one editorial related to that. Hold talks, have talks, hold talks. Hold talks is a formal expression. Coming to the next snippet. We'll meet Modi next week, says Trump. We'll meet Modi next week, says Trump. Here the reporting verb is in present that you have to focus on. This is rather interesting. If I get time, I thought of spending some time, but not possible because I have to focus on the editorial. Refocus on the relevance of English. NEP ignores English's role as global connector because it ignores perhaps this headline, refocus on the relevance of English. English, it's a global language. We all know that. Without English, you can't think of education, you can't think of business, you can't think of traveling. So, what is a connecting language or the lingua franca? Lingua franca means a connecting language. Global language is English, obviously. We neglect that. And today, if you take the top executives, the top people, they are in that position because of the proficiency in English. Because when they work for a particular organization, they have employees from across the country and across the world also. Then, what is the common language to communicate? Obviously, English. We can't afford to ignore. That is very important. You have to go through that, then you understand the importance of English. Coming to the main headline, simultaneous polls plan gets union cabinet nod. There are two words here you have to focus on. One is simultaneous elections. Simultaneous means same time. While learning, you have to do three things simultaneously. You may wonder what are the three things. One is you have to listen, same time you have to write, same time you have to process. Three skills are required. Running notes, we say. While listening, you write. That means you're good at running notes, taking running notes. So, what are the three things you have to do simultaneously? One, you have to listen, same time you have to write, same time you have to process the information. You can't write mechanically. So, same time elections, that is the idea. The plan gets union cabinet nod. Nod has two meanings. One, moving your head sideways or up and down. But in this context, nod means approval. Exactly. Grant, approval, all these you have to. Coming to the news item over here, Nitish sets July deadline for land survey in Bihar. Set a deadline that you have to remember. Southern Bengal floods man-made, says Mamata. All are simple words, but when you see the word floods, you have to think of words like one, you have to think of deluge. Deluge. That is one word you have to think of. You should also think of inundation. These two words are very important. They go with effective English. What is the first one here? Floods. Based on that word, deluge. inundation. You should also think of submerge. When there are floods, usually nowadays we are experiencing urban floods. You see things getting submerged, means go underwater. Simple word, but so much to look beyond if you look beyond. Coming to the next one, Ukrainian drones hit military depot deep in Russia. Hit also the same form. Hit, hit, hit. The form does not change. North Korea test fired ballistic missiles, say neighbors. Simple words. And this looks quite colorful. Let me read what it is about. Artists perform Pulikali tiger dance on the streets of Thrissur in Kerala on Wednesday, marking the end of Onam celebrations. Thousands of people, including foreigners, thronged the streets. There is one word, throng. The streets to witness the annual show. Throng means to surround. Imagine you go to a particular place, a mall or a shopping complex, and a celebrity comes over there. Then all the people over there try to surround. Then we use the word throng. They thronged around the celebrity. Means they surrounded the celebrity. And it looks quite colorful. Obviously, foreigners get attracted. No second thoughts about that. Indus waters, India to freeze negotiations with Pakistan. So it is about Indus waters, sharing waters. Sometimes students ask me, sir, can we use the word waters? Because when I give the idiom, bone of contention or apple of discord, I give the example. The Kaveri waters are the dispute between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Then they ask the question, sir, can we use the word waters? You can use. It is part of standard British English. Indus waters, nothing wrong with that. Coming to the next news item, first phase of polls in Jammu and Kashmir peaceful. 61.13% turnout recorded. There is one important expression. Turn out, turn up. Both you have to know the difference. And show up. There are three phrasal verbs. Turn out goes more with an event involving a lot of people. Based on that, you can use as a phrasal verb. A lot of people turned out. That is one thing. The turnout was good, used as a noun. But what are the other two phrasal verbs? Turn up, show up. They go more with individuals. Imagine I was waiting for my friend yesterday. He did not come. Then I say, he did not turn up last evening. He did not show up last evening. Means he did not appear. Appear, a different meaning. Coming to the next one over here, militants open fire in Manipur village. Villagers retaliate. Retaliation means give back. Someone disturbs you, you disturb him. That is retaliation. Someone passes a comment, you also say the same thing or do the same thing. Retaliation. Reattack. Walkie-talkies, solar equipment explode a day after Lebanon pager blast, kill 14. This is very strange. Walkie-talkies exploding, solar equipment explode and kill 14 people. It is a new, I can say, terrorism, a new one, new form. And I did one news item. I remember I read out one news item. Pagers exploded. Someone asked, so what is the meaning of the word pager? And now today, one news item says, I think Bulgaria and some other country, they say they did not make the pagers. They are not responsible for that. They did not manufacture those pagers. Pagers once very popular. I told you yesterday also. Coming to the news that goes with states, 40 people stranded on Adi Kailash Yatra route rescued. 40 people stranded somewhere, rescued. Stranded means you go to a place and you get stuck over there. There is no means of moving out of that place, no transportation. Exactly, stuck is a word. Yes, Anusha. Then we use the word. Better English is stranded. And rescue, simple word. Coming to this one, with eye on 2025 Bihar election, Nitish sets a July deadline for land survey. And next we have, as Bangladesh team begins tour, Aditya targets BJP's Hindutva stand, I suppose. Here we have team begins. Team is a collective noun. And there are two rules that go with collective nouns. I'm sure you all know. One is collective nouns usually take a singular verb, a singular pronoun. But sometimes, if the sentence denotes a division, the same collective noun takes a plural verb, a plural pronoun. That you have to recollect. Here, team begins tour. ASI begins inspection of Ratna Bhandar in Puri. Archaeological Survey of India begins something. Minor girl raped by teacher in Bhopal school. CM calls for. Call for means what? Demand. Calls for special court for speedy trial. Yesterday also I told trial, you should always know. Odisha guidelines for security of doctors, medical staff and students. Madras High Court junks plea to declare Tamil saint poet's birthday on Vaisakhi Anusham. Here junks plea. You got to read carefully to understand this. Plea means something like a request, urging something. It's a legal term. Plead, plea. But here junk plea means what? They haven't considered. They have thrown it in the dustbin. In a way, you can say that. They have not considered. Then we say it has been junked. We all know the expression junk food. Junk food is a positive or negative connotation. Usually we say junk food is not advisable, junk food is not good for health. So in a way, junk food means waste food. That is the word we use. And we use this expression, fast food is junk food. Means what? Negative. Obviously, yes, negative. Let us go to the next page and see what is there. Some key demands still not met, say Bengal doctors. Some key demands still not met, say there's a problem here. Usually, regular classes, online, offline, I tell students when I teach adverbs, I teach the pairs of adverbs which are very important, exam point of view. Exactly. I tell them still goes with affirmative and interrogative sentences and yet goes with negative and negative interrogative sentences. But surprisingly, here, not met, it's a negative sentence. We cannot use the word still. We have to say, some key demands haven't been met yet. We have to say, actual statement should have been, some key demands haven't been met yet. That is appropriate because still goes with affirmative and interrogative sentences. RG Kar case, ED raids a TMC MLA's residence. Simple words. Mpox confirmed in Kerala's Malappuram. CBI rejects religious conversion angle in Tanjavur girl's death. High Court declines. Decline means to say no, one meaning. Decline also means to go down. Yet to meet also you can say. Declining standards, declining numbers means the numbers are going down, the standards are going down. One meaning. Decline also means to say no, to refuse. The second meaning goes here. High Court declines to interfere in rape case against Murugamat Seer and attempt to hack SI. 4 held in Tirunelveli, Ganja sword seized. Here, attempt to hack. You all know the word hack goes with technology, but here hack means to attack, try to kill someone. Girls of ashram in AP allege sexual abuse by organizer and allegation, accusation, saying that someone has done something wrong. That's all for today from the headlines. Now let us go to today's editorial and see what is there to learn. Coming to any editorial session, the first question you have to ask, if I listen to him, if I watch the session, what is the benefit? What is the enrichment? Coming to this particular editorial session, you will improve your comprehension skill, your vocabulary, grammar consolidation, effective English, mini mocks, and today all I have brought, including the last one, because yesterday we got some words. Today you have to consolidate the meanings and parts of speech of those words. Let us start with editorial vocabulary. What is the first one here? And today we have a few new words. And you got to be careful this with this word. How do you pronounce this word? Intrigue. You have to pronounce it as intrigue. Intrigue, part of speech verb, can also be a noun. To arouse the curiosity or interest of something. It also means to fascinate. For a foreigner, a Westerner, Indian culture causes, arouses curiosity. He finds Indian culture intriguing. That is the word they use. There are two dimensions. One, arouse curiosity, one thing. Second, fascinating. English is a fascinating language for some people. What does it mean? Attractive, appealing. Look at the example. The mystery novel intrigued readers with its complex plot twists. When you read a novel full of twists and you find it intriguing, you get intrigued. Yes, you can also say, who is this Pravalika? Enthralling, fascinating. Look at the synonyms: fascinate, captivate, arouse, pique. This is one important word you have to remember. Not a regular word they may give in the exam. Antonyms: bore, disenchant, enchanting, positive, disenchant, negative, repulse, disinterest. Spectacle, this is very important from the exam point of view. Tell me why. Try to respond. Why is it important, the word spectacle? When it comes to, same thing, they're all synonyms. Again, you don't have to ask what is the meaning. I have shown under, here we have synonyms, antonyms. When you see it is a synonym, it means what? Same meaning. It's understood, goes without saying. Usually, when I teach grammar, when I teach nouns, I give the rules related to nouns number. There's one important rule. What is that? Some nouns are always in the plural form and take a plural verb. And the examples I give: trousers, shorts, tights, spectacles, scissors, tongs, binoculars, all these. That is one thing. And here it does not mean that. There it is a noun. Here it is a noun, but a different meaning altogether. In the context of the editorial, spectacle means what? A visually striking performance or display, one dimension, an event that is impressive or draws attention. In the context, it is more like the former CM of Delhi, Kejriwal, resigned. That is like it drew a lot of attention. Based on that, here we have to use spectacle. He is known for spectacles, means what? Surprising things or something that is unique or draws attention. One meaning: visually striking performance or display. That goes with fireworks. Look at the example. The fireworks on New Year's Eve were a spectacular spectacle that everyone enjoyed. Spectacular spectacle. Usually we don't say that. Sounds funny. Synonyms: a display, performance, show, pageant. That's an important word you have to know. And what are the antonyms? Ordinary, dull, drab. Drab is an important word you have to know. Simplicity. Aura. We have got many new words today from today's editorial, a lot of new words to learn. Aura goes with usually a person, it also goes with a place or a thing. Means what? When you see some people, you feel they look different, they carry something with them, you feel like giving respect, and you find them rather intimidating, or you feel like respecting them. They have the magnetic personality. Then we say there's an aura around his personality. Look at the literal meaning: a distinctive atmosphere, a quality that seems to surround and be generated by a person, thing, or place. Sometimes you go to a sacred place or a religious place and you feel that aura in the temple or in a particular. Yes, okay. What is the example? She had an aura of confidence that made her stand out in a crowd. Some people ooze with confidence. They have pulverizing confidence. Pulverize means to powder something. But, excuse me, pulverizing confidence means immense confidence. And then we use she has or she had an aura of confidence, Means when you see that person, you feel, you know, he or she is very confident. A very good example. And once a person is very confident, obviously stand out in a crowd. Atmosphere, ambience, vibe, air. More than atmosphere, better words, ambience, vibe, air. No antonyms for this. No antonyms as such. We have a verb, defy. From that you get defiance. This is a noun. Means what? Open resistance, bold disobedience. Example, the protesters showed defiance in the face of harsh government measures. Means they resisted, they opposed. Synonyms, resistance, rebellion, insubordination, disobedience. Antonyms, compliance, obedience, submission, surrender. And we have got this word many a time. Every time I tell, comply is a verb form. It takes a preposition with, comply with. And here, both are same in a way. Refrain from, restrain from. They take the same preposition and mean to keep away from something, to stay away from something. Refrain from alcohol means don't touch alcohol. Comply means to follow. Comply with goes with rules, regulations, all these, and abide by. We are all law abiding citizens. That is one expression you have to remember. Frown. The word frown goes with everyday English. Imagine you're not happy with someone or something, then you bring your eyebrows very close and there are folds over here, and you try to look at that person or that thing with that particular expression, which is not an expression of approval. It is like you're not happy, you don't like it, you find something disgusting, and you're rather angry. Then we use the word frown. But do remember, usually it goes with everyday English, not with a formal context. Verb can also be a noun to express disapproval, displeasure, or concentration by wrinkling the brow. Here, brow means eyebrows. You bring both the eyebrows close and you look at someone seriously. Why do you frown all the time? One example. Scowl, a word you have to remember. The teacher frowned upon the student's late submission. Obviously, imagine the teacher has given assignment and the student did not submit in time. The teacher will definitely frown. That is the context. The teacher frowned upon the student's late submission. Synonyms, scowl an important word, grimace an important word, glare not exactly, glare not exactly. They are synonyms but go with different contexts. Antonyms, smile, grin, approve, applaud, all positive words. Slew, we have got this a few times. And if you read the newspaper regularly, you come across this word. And it goes with slew of welfare measures. Means a lot of welfare measures on a large number or large quantity. Part of speech noun can also be a verb in a different context. Context is always important. A large number of a large number or quantity of something. Look at the example. The company introduced a slew of new products this year. Same pattern you can say the government has introduced a slew of welfare measures this year. Same. Multitude, array, an important word. Range, it means variety, host. Lack, scarcity, few, dearth. I use this quite often. When I talk about information, the most important product in the 21st century is information. And we are living in a society, info society it is called. The present society is called info society, and the most important product in the 21st century is information. Coming to information, people in the past would struggle to get information. I tell students today there's no dearth of information. Means what? No shortage of information. Every day we are bombarded with so much information, one thing, and we have so many sources. And you name it, we have a source, not one, many. For example, newspapers, so many, magazines, so many, channels, so many, and there's no dearth of information. You have to remember that combination. No shortage of information. Only thing you should be smart enough to use that information properly. Whether it is credible, not credible, that is also a $1 million question. Crescendo we have got for the first time. Part of speech noun can also be used as a verb. The peak or highest point of intensity or sound, a gradual increase to this peak. The music reached a crescendo that left the audience in awe. Leave someone in awe means to be impressed. I was left in awe. I was awestruck. Something is, imagine I see something, then I got impressed to a great extent. What do I say? I was awestruck. Means mesmerizing, impressive, crescendo. Synonyms: peak, climax, pinnacle, apex. Antonyms: decrescendo, nadir, I think that's how you have to pronounce that, trough and decline. These two words are very important. Second fiddle. This is also an important idiom they have given a few times, and this goes with conversational English. If you take zenith is the opposite. If you take movies, usually there's a hero. Next to the hero, there is one person, hero's friend, and that person is always there, but doesn't have a significant role to play, like subordinate. Then we say he has played the second fiddle to the hero. Have you heard of this any time? Idiomatic expression, a role or position of secondary importance. Example, although she was talented, she was always playing second fiddle to her more popular colleague. People play the second fiddle, means they don't want to take the leadership initiative, they don't want to be the leaders, but they want to be next to the leader. Then we say second fiddle all the time. Subordinate, backup, assistant, supporter. Leader, primary, main, front runner. I guess the last one, second fiddle, idiom. Now let us go to the editorial. What is this editorial about? To provide the backdrop information, it is about two dimensions are there. On the one hand, it is about Aam Aadmi Party, about 20% I can say, and it is all about the party leader, Kejriwal, 80%. And what is the future, what are his plans, and what is he known for, how he rose to popularity, all these dimensions have been touched. What is the stimulus? Party on the move. Party has two meanings. The party is on means what? That is a different party. The party is on. When is the party? Where is the party? But here, the party is on the move means Aam Aadmi Party. It got stuck because the CM and the party leader was imprisoned. Now, Aam Aadmi Party started because he came out of jail and he has announced, resigned as a CM, given that to a lady, a woman. This is like the party on the move. On the Aam Aadmi Party, its leader. But what is the main idea? AAP's Arvind Kejriwal continues to surprise. As I said, the major chunk of the editorial is devoted to Kejriwal, his personality, his moves, his surprises, what he is known for, how he became popular, all these dimensions. Based on that, AAP's Arvind Kejriwal continues to surprise, also outlining his political ambitions. He is known for surprises. At the same time, he wants to outline his political ambitions. That means already he is there in Delhi. The party is there. The party is also in Punjab. Now they want to contest in Maharashtra. All these things show that he has got a vision. He wants to play an important role at the national level, especially when it comes to the opposition at this juncture. Let's see how it starts. The Aam Aadmi Party, AAP, continues to intrigue. Means what? Arouse curiosity, not only among the supporters but also among the opposition. Aam Aadmi Party continues to intrigue its supporters and opponents alike. Both the parties surprised. But one aspect that has now become predictable. Surprise means what? Unpredictable. In spite of this, the editorial says there's one particular aspect that is predictable. What is that? But one aspect that has now become predictable about its leader Arvind Kejriwal is his infinite capacity to create a spectacle. Means what? his ability to create or throw surprises and do something that catches or draws attention, that has become predictable. Whenever he does it quite often, then we say it has become predictable. In the latest development, Mr. Kejriwal has resigned from the post of Delhi Chief Minister, choosing AAP Minister Atishi as his replacement. We all know that. Who is the present CM of Delhi? Not Kejriwal, it is Atishi, who belongs to the same Aam Aadmi party. That is a surprise move, no one expected. Here, there is an important one you have to know. When a woman is married, we say Mrs. Not married, we say Miss. What is this MS? You have to pronounce as Mez, M-E-Z-Z, Mez. Mez goes with either a married woman or a woman who is not married. It does not talk about the marital status. That you have to know. Ms. Atishi has been handling a heavy basket of portfolios during Mr. Kejriwal's long imprisonment on corruption charges. When he was imprisoned, when he was in jail, who was proactive and who took the lead to address the press and handle a lot of portfolios? This woman. Based on that, she was given the CM post. Mr. Kejriwal remained the chief minister during his incarceration. We have got this word many a time. Incarceration means what? Being in jail, getting imprisoned. And why the editorial says he is rather he throws surprises and he does something a spectacle which draws attention. Usually, when someone goes to jail, the one incumbent CM goes to jail, immediately on moral grounds that person resigns. That's what usually happens. But Kejriwal did not resign. And also, usually, when the person comes out of jail, the person assumes power, becomes CM again. But this man, Kejriwal, when he was in jail, he did not resign. That is surprising. After coming out, he resigned. That is also equally surprising. Mr. Kejriwal remained the chief minister during his incarceration, setting a new precedent. As I said, usually they resign, but he has not resigned. That is a new precedent. We can also say here, setting a new precedent or something unprecedented, never happened before, and reinforcing, strengthening his aura of defiance. Means what? That personality factor, challenging, defying, but resigned after securing bail from the Supreme Court. That is also surprising. Mr. Kejriwal had been cornered by the central agencies. Here, had been cornered. It is in past perfect passive voice. Cornered, to get cornered means to be in a tight situation. Imagine someone questions me a lot and I'm not able to answer. Then I will say, I have been cornered. They have cornered me, active voice, present perfect. I have been cornered by them, present perfect, passive voice. But here it is in past perfect. By central agencies on the grounds of investigating corruption, conduct that the court has frowned upon. The way the central agencies they have been conducting not acceptable because they arrested but they could not produce evidence. And regarding that, the court frowned upon. You have to focus on the preposition. The court has frowned upon. That is also in present perfect. With a sudden move and at a time of his choosing, Mr. Kejriwal is now trying to reset the course of politics in Delhi and beyond. By resigning suddenly, no one expected, no one thought he would resign because when there was a demand for his resignation when he was in jail, he did not resign. And no one expects him to resign when he comes out of jail. So it was like a surprise. Why has he done it? Mr. Kejriwal is now trying to reset the course of politics in Delhi and beyond. And beyond means beyond Delhi. At the national level, he wants to play a vital or crucial role. And turn the tables on, an important idiom. Turn the tables on the BJP means what? Bharatiya Janata Party. Turn the tables means changing the position from positive to negative, usually negative to positive. Turn the tables. Turn the tables on the Bharatiya Janata Party BJP. In Delhi, the BJP has swept the last three Lok Sabha elections, while AAP has won nearly all seats in two assembly elections. There is a problem in the sense, in any place, usually the people of that particular place, either they select one particular party for Lok Sabha, same party for assembly. But Delhi is an exception. Lok Sabha they favor BJP, Assembly they favor Aam Aadmi Party. That means some overlap is there. This sentence talks about that. In Delhi, the BJP has swept present perfect active voice. The last three Lok Sabha elections, while Aam Aadmi Party has won nearly all seats in two assembly elections, indicating something. What does it indicate? An overlapping political base that swings between the two parties. Congress is nowhere in the picture once they were in power. Here he talks about Lok Sabha BJP, Assembly Aam Aadmi Party. There's some sort of overlapping and it swings between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. AAP has metamorphosed, metamorphosis, morph means what? Change, transform. We got this word yesterday. Means transformed into a political party from being an anti-corruption campaign. I don't know how many of you remember Kejriwal, a bureaucrat, and a Magsaysay Award winner also. IRS, Indian Revenue Service, a civil servant, a former bureaucrat. And when he was in power, I suppose, or after that, he got Raman Magsaysay Award also. Initially, he started anti-corruption campaign, but later this campaign turned into a political party, transformed into a political party. It talks about that into a political party from being an anti-corruption campaign, and the BJP hopes to slow it down in the election on the ground of its involvement in a serious corruption case. What happens here? It's like political game. BJP wants Aam Aadmi Party is becoming popular, and it became popular based on anti-corruption campaign. Now imagine, based on that they became popular, then the leader of the party gets arrested and goes to jail on the charges of corruption. It is the credibility is lost. The credibility of Aam Aadmi Party, the credibility of the leader Kejriwal lost one shot. Credibility is lost. That's what the BJP wants to do. It's a political game. The sentence says that whatever I say based on the editorial, purely objective statements, objective analysis, not personal, not subjective. Do remember all the time. BJP hopes to slow it down in the election. How? On the grounds of its involvement in a serious corruption case. Then the Aam Aadmi Party loses the credibility. Mr. Kejriwal's claim to be incorruptible is excuse me. Mr. Kejriwal's claim to be incorruptible is what has helped his dramatic rise in politics. He had a fame. What is that fame? Incorruptible. Because of that dramatic rise in politics. Dramatic means no one imagined, no one expected. A bureaucrat turned politician becoming the CM of Delhi. So, dramatic rise in the field of or in the realm of politics. But he also realizes that votes are influenced more by delivery of affordable or free services. Popularity is one thing, but to get the vote bank, to reach the vote bank, something more is required. What is that? Affordable or free welfare schemes or services. Then the masses get attracted and the party comes to power. The BJP strategy for Delhi involves undermining. Undermine we have got many a time. What does it mean? Weaken someone or something. Exactly. Undermining AAP's anti-corruption claims and restricting its government's capacity to deliver the slew of welfare measures or schemes. Means the range of welfare schemes that it runs. What is the strategy of the BJP? Undermining, weakening AAP's anti-corruption claims and restricting the government's ability or power to launch slew of welfare measures. Mr. Kejriwal's bail conditions limit his powers. Though he has come out of jail, Kejriwal came out on certain conditions. Based on those conditions, he does not have the power or authority to come up with a few welfare schemes. Perhaps keeping that in mind, he must have resigned and gave the power to his colleague. And a fully empowered chief minister could mobilize a welfare crescendo ahead of the election due in February. If the CM is free, the CM can do something. But if the CM's hands are tied, now he has some restrictions, he cannot do certain things, and he will not be able to do it. A wise move, he resigned and gave it to someone else. Aam Aadmi Party also wants to advance the election and club it with the Maharashtra poll in November. BJP has its own strategy to control Aam Aadmi Party. At the same time, Aam Aadmi Party has its own strategy to control BJP. What is that? In Delhi, the elections are due in November, and Maharashtra due in no Delhi due in February, Maharashtra due in November. If this happens, BJP will have an upper hand. They can focus on Delhi and exclusively undivided attention they can give, and Maharashtra that time they can do that. But Aam Aadmi Party is demanding they should happen same month at the same time. Delhi elections and Maharashtra elections. Then what happens? They cannot give the undivided attention. This is the strategy of Aam Aadmi Party. AAP also wants to advance the election and club it with the Maharashtra poll in November. As a standalone election, the BJP can give its undivided attention to Delhi. Imagine elections in Delhi in the month of November or in the month of Feb. BJP can give undivided attention. That is their strength. A situation that AAP wants to avoid. AAP doesn't want that to happen. Ms. Atishi, Delhi's third woman chief minister, has her own standing as an administrator. This is an important word. Tell me, why is it important? Exam point of view. Usually what happens, any language is dynamic. Every language has birth, growth, death, and expressions change, patterns change, and after many years they become part of standard English language or that particular language. Traditional English, a man we say actor, a woman we say actress. But now if you read the magazines and newspapers, you come across expressions like she is a very good actor. Yes or no? And coming to this particular word, administrator, this is a masculine gender, but we are talking about a woman. So we have to know the word. What is it? Administratrix. Administrator, masculine gender. Administratrix, feminine gender. This you have to know. They have given in a few exams. Administratrix. They have used because it goes with modern or current English. Exam point of view, that is wrong. Do remember. What is this? It talks about Ms. Atishi, Delhi's third woman chief minister, has her own standing as an administratrix, but has chosen present perfect, second fiddle to her leader. Who is her leader? Kejriwal. And she wants to play the second fiddle. Means not the leader, but in a way, second fiddle, second in position, subordinate. By declaring that she would be just a placeholder until the party wins and Mr. Kejriwal returns. He doesn't want to continue what she says. How can we say she wants to play the second fiddle? She says once elections get over, if at all Aam Aadmi Party wins, Kejriwal becomes a CM again. So till that time she is going to hold the position. Mr. Kejriwal, meanwhile, has bigger plans to play a national role and climb up as a leader in what is now a crowded opposition camp. Today, if you take the opposition camp, so many leaders are there. And we have Rahul Gandhi, but Aam Aadmi Party leader Kejriwal has his own ambitions and he wants to play a vital or crucial role at the national level. It ends on that note. Now let us go to questions based on your comprehension and listening skill. Start with the first one. What role did Atishi play during Arvind Kejriwal's imprisonment? He was the deputy CM. She was handling a heavy basket of portfolios. Clearly mentioned in the editorial. Answer is B. How has AAP's political base in Delhi been characterized in the editorial? It has been consistently loyal to AAP. It swings between AAP and BJP. Clearly mentioned. It has shifted. No, no. Answer is again B. According to the editorial, what is one of the BJP strategies against AAP in Delhi? Forming a coalition, undermining AAP's anti-corruption claims. AAP is known for anti-corruption campaign and the leader himself gets arrested. That is definitely undermines the credibility is lost. Answer is B. Why does AAP want to club the Delhi election with the Maharashtra poll in November? Delhi in Feb, Maharashtra in November. But AAP wants to advance and club Maharashtra elections with Delhi elections. Why? What is the reason behind? To gain support from Maharashtra voters? No. To avoid giving the BJP undivided attention on Delhi. They don't want, Aam Aadmi Party does not want to give the advantage to BJP. Excuse me. What is the editorial's view on Atishi's role after Arvind Kejriwal's resignation? She is a new permanent chief minister? No. She is a placeholder until the party wins and Kejriwal returns. Based on that, editorial says she wants to play the second fiddle. Answer is B. We have questions based on grammar error location. Read the first one and try to spot the error. In emerging economies, this is a subject, noun phrase, nothing wrong. The private credit market. The private credit market, this is not the subject. In emerging economies, it's like a phrase. What is the subject here? The private credit market remains, because here market, third person singular, sentence is an affirmative. We need to add S or ES to the subject. Remains highly segmented and thus weaken. We have another clause. Even for this clause, in this clause also there is a verb and the subject is the same. Then we cannot say weaken. We have to say weakens. We should add the letter S to the verb. Very good. I appreciate those who have got it right. The recent election campaign has been one of the most noisiest campaigns in the last decade. If you don't read meticulously, this is a bit difficult to handle. It seems right, but it is not right. What is wrong with this? The recent election campaign has been one of the. When we use a phrase one of the, we have to use a superlative form. Already it is there. One of the best, one of the tallest. You cannot use most here. That is redundancy. Based on that, most is not correct. Has been one of the noisiest campaigns in the last decade. Then it is right. Most should not be there. In spite of the best governmental efforts, emission of greenhouse gases and noxious chemicals remain a cause of worry. Cause of worry. Here, in spite of, you have to focus. Common error, a lot of people write in spite of as two words, but three separate words, in spite of. Nothing wrong. Of the best governmental efforts, emission, this is a subject, of greenhouse gases and noxious chemicals. Put the phrases and clauses in brackets. Emission remain or remains a cause of worry. Emission remains. We should add S to the verb. Remains a cause of worry. These idioms I have brought 2-3 times. I don't mind bringing because they are very important. They have been given many a time. And every time we have new students, they should also get a chance to work on important idioms. What is the first one here? There was a hue and cry in the parliament. Means what? Noisy, angry behavior. C is the answer. There are no hard and fast rules in this institute. Hard and fast goes with rules. Means what? Firm and fixed. Hobson's choice means no choice. It has been given so many times. In the teeth of means in the opposition of. In the long run, I use this quite often, means ultimately. I always tell students, if you read the Hindu paper every morning without skipping for about 6 months, that helps in the long run. In one exam they gave based on that, they gave the phrase in a long run. That is wrong. What are we supposed to say? In the long run. This is very important. All the five correct, you should be extremely happy. And these are the words we got yesterday, vocab consolidation. Concede means what? To surrender, to give in, to yield after initial resistance. And cease, to end or to stop. Agitation, unrest or protest. Morph, to transform or to change. Siege, to surround. Call off, cancel. You can also respond. I am doing it from my side, you can do it from your side. Pitch in, to give a helping hand. Clamor, noisy protest, you can say. Impasse, a stalemate or a deadlock. Whiff has two different meanings. One goes with smell, the other goes with element of doubt or suspicion. Alienated means isolated. And pervading, all pervasive means spreading. Walk the talk. Do what you say. Do what you say. Walk the talk. That's all about what the words we got yesterday. Odor, smell. Yes, you're right. Murli. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. And if you want to access the PDF, join the Telegram group. After 5 or 10 minutes, we'll upload the PDF and try to work on important words and important expressions. That will help in the long run. Have a nice day.